Welcome to the Gary Goff Show here on WTUD, TUDragonRadio.com, and live at Buffalo Wild Wings here in Tiffin, Ohio. My name is Russ Snyder, voice of the Dragons. So happy to be here with you on a Thursday night talking Tiffin University victories with head coach Gary Goff. How you doing, sir? Do we not have you on here? Try that again.
Couldn't be better.
There he is. So it's always fun to come talk on a Thursday night after a big win last week. I'll be pretty proud of your kids when they battled back, faced adversity, came back, got the job done when they had to get the job done.
Absolutely. I tell you, we've seen adversity in all forms and fashion this year, and last Saturday was no different. But you know, they never gave in, and they continued to battle, play in, play out, and you know, we pulled it out there at the very end. So it was a crazy football game.
If I'm writing the headline for that story, it's better late than never, right? Right? I mean, that's why you got to play the full 60 minutes. It's 60 minutes of football. It doesn't matter if you get it all done in the final 8. It's still 60 minutes of football. And I'll tell you what, like I said, your kids, they could have packed it in. They could have packed it in, but they didn't.
That's one of the things I'm most proud about. You know, years past, you know, when we get down, then, you know, we tend to let some other bad things happen. And, you know, we talked to them a lot this season about, hey, let's just worry about playing the next play to our best ability and line up and do it again and again and again. Mm-hmm. And they really did that last weekend. And, you know, it's just showing that our team is maturing in a lot of different ways. And, you know, I couldn't be more proud of it. The coaching staff, myself, just we sat there after the game and just kind of stared at each other. It was like, this is unbelievable, but we're so happy and so proud of the young men.
Well, you used the word mature right there, and I was going to say that it showed maturity. This is something this team probably didn't have the ability to do, you know, a few years ago. Physically, they probably did, but mentally, they probably did not have the ability to do that because you're playing a team that's a pretty darn good football team. We went up there and played a crazy game last year that didn't come our way, and you know, it's a quality football team. They're no fun to play. They keep the football away from you. They don't have a lot of athletes on there, but they got some big dudes on that football team as well. But I keep just going back to the fact that your kids never gave up, and your defense was outstanding on Saturday.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you know, Michigan Tech's a great program, and they have been for quite some time. They've won the conference several years. You know, Curley does a great job up there. They got the biggest guys in the conference, it seems like, year in, year out. But
longest hair too.
Yeah, right. But no, I was extremely proud of the defense. And if you look at that, I know we're going to go through this in a little bit, but you look there in that first half, and they were really behind the 8 ball every single series. And we just played on our side of the field, and you know, for them to only give up 10 points right there in the first half, you know, we went at halftime really excited. I know it sounds strange, but we went in excited at halftime saying, you know, defense, you have played a great football game so far, and offensively we'll get things going and we'll be fine, and let's worry about, again, for 30 minutes seeing how well we can play in, play out. And you know, defense just, you know, they pitched a shutout in my mind because we just put them in some really tough situations right there.
Yeah, and you guys did a lot of things that you shouldn't do to win football games. If you think about it, you know, the block punt, giving the ball to the team inside the 10-yard line, the other bad snap on the punt. I mean, just you guys put yourself behind the 8 ball time and time again. But again, you didn't let that adversity get to you, and you came back and you really took control of that second half and played even keel there for the third quarter till you kind of got to the point where once it started clicking, it was just like a snowball rolling downhill.
Well, we just, again, talked about not panicking. You know, we told them, hey, we just took, you know, probably their best shot. Everything has gone their way in the first half, and let's just hang in there and see how the next half plays out. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't be more proud of the guys. They did not pay any attention to the scoreboard. They just worried about lining up and playing, you know, football, play in, play out, and to their best ability.
Dragons outgained Michigan Tech 36-245 last week, 156-165, pretty even through the air. But you held a team who traditionally hangs their hat on running the football to 80 total yards on the ground, where your kids went out and got 150. So the ground game, which usually gets based directly off of what happens down there in the trenches, you guys pretty much doubled them up in that battle.
Yeah, you know, and we've talked about this on the show all season long, but our run game is dramatically improved. Yeah. We got 3 tailbacks that are really, really good. You're doing a great job up front with our offensive line, and that's just helped us, you know, open up the offense a little bit more. But yeah, again, you know, couldn't be more proud of how we defended the run. And you know, if you can, you know, win the run battle, then, you know, more than not, you come out on top of that football game.
Well, Michigan Tech scored first. It was a 10-yard pass from Brandon Cowie, the former wide receiver turned quarterback for the Huskies, to David Walter. The kick was good. So at the 3:51 mark in the first quarter, the Dragons down 7-0. And then Tech scores again, the final score of the first half. At the 13:22 mark, a 27-yard field goal by Josh King. So the Dragons down 10-zip. As Coach said, they went in the locker room. Not a lot of yelling going on, just more coaching, more teaching, getting ready for the second half. And Michigan Tech came right back out and scored again. So you got 17-0 at after the 26-yard pass from David Walter to Brandon Cowley. So the quarterback got one.
Yeah, we still didn't start the third quarter like we wanted.
Right.
But, we're out of rhythm right there a little bit offensively and had a few penalties, that really stalled out on some drives. And then, missed a couple field goals that hurt us right there in, the first half and then right there to start the third quarter. So, there's not a whole lot to talk about really right there in the first three quarters, to be honest, besides – we played really good defensively, and I think their two scoring drives, one was 33 yards, the other one was 38 yards, and they just played on our side of the field for that entire first half.
Yeah, and as Coach said, it was a field position battle early on that was being dominated by the Huskies, but the Dragons were able to get on the scoreboard. We're going to play you another play first, though, before the first time the Dragons score, because you had a young man you're going to bring up a defensive player who was a conference player of the week, but he had another teammate in the secondary that had a couple interceptions in the first half, and here's the first one. Second down and goal from the 8. They're going to throw it. Crowley has it. Plenty of time. Across the middle.
It's picked off!
Pennington Conti for 2 weeks in a row with the interception in the end zone. So Conti gets the pick. That was in the first quarter. There's another situation. We're talking about how you guys were playing from behind the 8 ball so much in that first half. There's another perfect situation that we were speaking of, and a great play by a defender to pick you up.
And Conti's been a ball hawk. He really has. Even last spring we noticed, that guy is always around the football and always comes up with picks. So that right there was a great stop, for us defensively, to pick the ball off in the end zone right there and keep 7 points off the board. But also they can't line up and kick a field goal either. So.
Right. Well, the Dragons' first scores of the game came off the freshman kicker Owen Courtwright's foot on a field goal.
So hopefully he can get on the board.
Snap, hold, kick. Hey, we made one. We're going to take the goose egg off the board, put a 3 up there. The Dragons, at the 8:45 mark of the fourth period, get their first points of the game. I'm sure that situation, Coach, it was okay. Now we go. Let's do this. Let's get it going. Now we got the points on the board. Let's ride this and keep it moving.
Yeah, Owen did a great job. It was a real windy day.
It was very windy.
A couple were wide right, but he puts that one through right there. And at least we end the drive now with some points on the board and kind of get a little momentum right there.
Well, the first touchdown of the Dragons offense put on the board also came in the fourth quarter. All the scoring came in the fourth quarter. All the scoring coming within 8 minutes of the final buzzer in the fourth quarter. Here, Antonio Pipkin found wide receiver Jordan Nobles. No backs in the backfield with Antonio. Pipkin has it. Across the middle. Nobles will take it in the end zone. Jordan Nobles from Antonio Pipkin. 17 yards out. And the Dragons cut that lead down to 8. They're going to cut it to 7 with the extra point.
Let's hope it's not too little too late. Offense finally starting to get rolling here.
So, yeah, there you go, Mr. Kibler with his expert analysis.
Matt's not here for me to get on to him right now, is he?
No, he's. I think he's interviewing babysitters tonight, so he wasn't able to join us in that. But that touchdown pass there, pretty much, it was basically, if you want to break it down to a simplest form, your athlete was better than their athlete on that play and was able to get that slant.
Well, we knew we had, basically, zone coverage right there. We had a linebacker that was defending, Jordan, and Jordan is a fast guy.
Yes,
and,
he is.
So we had the matchup right there. We just couldn't connect earlier on in the game, and finally right there we did connect. And I think that touchdown right there really gave us a lot of energy and momentum, and we didn't even worry about the time at that point because our sidelines were excited, and we knew if we got the one more stop and got the ball back, we just believed we were going to go down and tie it.
Well, your defense played so well, was able to keep the game close enough where 2 quick scores, all of a sudden, boom, yeah, we're 1 score away from tying this thing up, and that's what the Dragons did. This time is Antonio Pipkin doing it with his legs. I thought this one was OVA, OVA.
I agree. I was with you.
Pipkin has the football, quarterback draw. To the 15-10,
to
the house. Yes. Antonio Pipkin, 18 yards. Nobody touches him.
Ross Moore's dad right
Ross
there.
Ross Moore's just got a great picture. We talked about Ross Moore's dad. He was right place at the right time. And now we are a extra point away from this one being tied. Ross Moore's dad has to have the best pictures of anybody. He's always down there on the field snapping. He's got to have thousands of pictures.
Well, even on the game-winning touchdown, you see he's in the end zone, and I think Willis almost runs right through him. I don't know if he did it on purpose just to get a good picture or if Rod Moore's always in the way. I don't know.
A little bit of both. Okay, so the Dragons have tied it up now, 17-all, and Michigan Tech has a football back. They've been moving the football, and then after this play, I want you to take us through your emotions on this play because you just had to be just all excited as get out just because you just got the football back. And it looked like Stefan wasn't there. Carrington might have had his 3rd interception. I believe he was also back there as well. But Stefan Willis with maybe the play of the year this year for the Dragons on the defensive end. That's for certain. 3rd and 20, exactly 2 minutes left to go. The Dragons get a stop here. They have plenty of time. Cowley looking to throw, steps out of the pressure, still with it. rolling towards us on the right. Fires it, slipped out of his
underthrown.
hands. Picked off.
Stefan's got
Stefan Willis to the 50.
Go.
The 40. The 30.
Come on, baby, go.
The 20.
He's going to go. He's going to
There he
go.
goes.
He got it.
You're on my court. I don't know if you heard me say you're on my court, but what happened to me, Coach, on that play, the young man sitting beside me working the camera, his feet were on my microphone cord, and I stood up. And when I stood up, that went that way, I went this way, and my microphone wasn't on my head. But, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, and that chain of events right there was pretty crazy because obviously I saw him pick it off, and there's a lot of people in traffic in front of him. So I'm clicking over, talking to our offense coordinator and asking him, all right, you got some plays ready? We're going to have the ball right here on the 40, no 30, no, he's going to score. And about that time, I'm looking for the official who's trailing the play, and I'm trying to make sure nobody's on the field, but there's no stopping that. I've got players, coaches, everybody's celebrating because obviously a huge play and a very critical moment right there. But, we got the celebration penalty on the sideline. It was very hard for me to even be mad at the team come Monday when we're talking about penalties about that. We just talked to him, but try to educate him as far as, hey, look, there's always an official trailing the play.
Yes, sir.
We got to keep, them in mind because, a big play, you can't fault anybody for being excited, but Michigan Tech ended up getting the ball at the 50-yard line because of that penalty. So we got to make sure we are celebrating off the field.
Right.
I got to have my get-back coaches do a better job of helping us out right there, but I don't know if they could have saved us on that play, to be honest.
No doubt. And I didn't understand how that rule worked. I just assumed the kickoff went out of bounds to go out the ball to 35. I didn't realize it was a yardage situation. So the ball moved up to the 50 instead of the 35.
Well, because it went out of bounds following a penalty.
That's
so therefore they get 30 yards. So they put the ball right there at the 50, and I've never seen that take place.
No, me either.
Honest,
and I'll tell you what, they marched the ball right down the field and was looking to tie this up, send it to overtime, or maybe even go for a two-point conversion, but your defense was having nothing of it. Second down play at the 15-yard line, 24 seconds to go. Tech looking to tie. Willie Mays giving chase. Cowley's going to fire it in the end zone. Conti picks it off. Is there a flag anywhere? No flags, our football?
Yes, sir.
I'm just making sure.
As crazy as it is.
That's going to do it.
Yeah.
Dragons got 17 seconds left, a few knees in one of the craziest games and comeback wins in Tiffin University football history.
How nuts is this?
And how nuts was it, Coach? I'll tell you, my first thought was, any flags on the field? Luckily, there was none.
I'll tell you, it was an unbelievable game. I even asked Coach Gilbert after. I said, Coach, you've coached a long time as well. I said, have you ever seen something like that? He's No. And hey, sometimes it's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's just destiny right there. But it was a lot of fun.
But you create your own destiny, right? With hard work and
absolutely, you definitely create your own luck in this sport. That's for sure. And hard work doesn't always guarantee wins, but it guarantees you, gives you a chance to win. And that's what you saw last weekend. And again, these guys are just growing up so fast in front of our eyes, and they're playing like a football team that believes. And that's made our jobs a lot. I wouldn't say easier because it's always a challenge, but that's really pumped a lot of excitement into all the coaches. And we always enjoy showing up to work every day, but knowing that you got a bunch of guys that are battling hard and they believe in each other and they're having fun. I tell you what, that makes getting up early and going to work a lot of fun.
Absolutely. It also makes it a lot of fun when you get up in the morning and see that 5-2 mark beside the Dragons' name as well. So, as I said, Stefan Willis with that big interception return touchdown was named the Conference Defensive Player of the Week, well-deserved honor, and I think he's going to join us on the program. You got a few guests joining us tonight.
Yeah, we can bring Stefan Willis up.
Come on up, Stefan.
Coach Edwards up. They're going to talk just for a little bit, and then we got a special guest we're going to bring up after that.
Perfect. So if Stefan Willis and Coach Edwards would make their way up here, we'll get them on the program and talk about their game this past Saturday, and in a little bit we'll talk about the Findlay game coming up, Coach. A 1:30 start this Saturday at Frost County Stadium. You can catch all the action right here on WTUD, TUDragonRadio.com, as well as at Coast Country FM 100.9. And the young man we're going to bring up towards the end of the program is part of what we're doing on Saturday. So it's not only going to be a great atmosphere for football game, it's going to be a great atmosphere to just come in and take in all the festivities as a family.
Absolutely.
All right, Stefan, Coach Edwards, go ahead and pick up your microphones there. How are we doing tonight?
Doing well.
Awesome. Stefan, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
How's it feel, Conference Player of the Week? Does that sound good?
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Do you put that, like when you sign your name, like today, like on an assignment or something, Stefan Willis, GLIAC Defensive Player of the Week?
Nah, I'll leave that out.
Don't give him any ideas.
Well, you yelled at me for Mega Dragon, so I had to bring it in, but had to feel good. Well, did you tell the coach after the game, you see those moves, maybe a little running back play for me next week, or you want to stick on the defensive side?
Yeah, I asked about playing a little receiver, so I mean, I hope that gave him.
Well, yeah, because we don't have any receivers. Yeah, we need some more out there. You're right.
I'm here to help.
You're here to help.
You know, Coach Edwards would not speak to me for about a month. You know.
We barely let him return kicks.
Right. Well, Coach Edwards, talk a little bit about that final play. Your defense as a whole on Saturday, you had to be awful proud of them.
Very proud. You know, I told him even at halftime, they were just fighting. What impressed me most is those guys played incredibly hard for 60 minutes. And when you looked in their eyes, there was never a doubt in their mind that we were going to win that game.
Right, absolutely. Stefan, you felt the same way. I'm sure you got the vibe on the field from your players and everything. I'm sure that you guys you had that never die attitude, that never give up attitude, and the effort, as Coach said, was there for the entire 60 minutes, and it paid off for you, especially at the end.
Oh yeah, it's just we stepped up in a big way. Whenever we needed to stop, we came through, and throughout the game, we just kind of tell our teammates just stay level-headed, don't get down, no matter what, we can fight back. And at the end, we came out top, so it really paid off for us in the end.
You want to talk about a team maturing.
Right.
I think me and Edwards have told this young man that for probably 3 years. Hey, don't worry, just play the next play. Just calm down.
Right. Got to have a lot of fun out there this year. Your secondary has been playing really, really well this year. Besides, yourself, Kerry Takanti, with all the interceptions he's getting. I think as a whole, your secondary's put in some good minutes this year.
Yeah, everybody's coming in and just playing their role and contributing and making big plays for us and coming up when we need them. So it's been really fun playing with these guys.
And Coach Edwards, let's talk about your secondary from a coaching standpoint. Like I told Stefan, I think that they've been really, really good. It seems like they're improving every week. They've been ball hawks, but the tackling seems to be improving every week as well.
I got to give these guys a lot of credit. It's the way that they've attacked practice. We stopped talking about taking practice reps. It's all about, hey, take a game rep. That's what we're interested in. And they've done a good job in coaching each other up from that standpoint. And so effort during practice has been out of this world, and what that's led to is great results on Saturday.
Right, and Stefan, let's take us through that play. Take us through the game winning. Have you ever had a pick six for a victory before at any level?
No, that's the special play for me.
Well, and you've showed some good moves out there because a lot of guys had a chance to get to you there, but take us through the play. You tell the quarterback you kind of threw it off balance, a little underthrown, you jumped the route, and then take us from there.
Seen him throw the ball, attacked it, almost dropped it, but as I secured it, I just seen a line of green shirts in front of me, so I just ran, made one guy miss, seen my linebacker or my nickel back run in front of me and get two key blocks for me, made the cutback, and after that I ended up in the end zone. It was a surreal moment for me, team effort actually to get there.
And the defense wasn't done yet though. You had to come back out and get another stop, right? I mean, one play between getting back out there on the field, but they drove the ball down and you guys were able to do that kind of bend not break there at the end of the game, kept them out of the end zone, and it's always fun as a defensive player to shut them down on that end and then come out and watch your offense come out and take a knee.
Yeah, it's always special when you can end the game on a defensive play, come through big for your team. So just all of our defense just standing tough throughout that adversity and coming out like on top like we did, as tough as we did. It's just great.
It's two great stands to end two games.
Absolutely.
Right there with Ashton several weeks ago, same thing. Defense made a big stand right there to seal that win, and then last week against Michigan Tech, same deal. So you say bend but don't break, and us coaches sitting there on the edge of our seats just like everybody else is, but those guys never panicked, and they just have played the play and came up with two big plays right there.
Stefan, let's talk about you. Where are you from? What's hometown?
Hometown's Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. What high school did you go to there?
I went to Akron Firestone High School.
All right. And what brought you to Tiffin University? Tell us about you finding out about TU and the path that brought you to campus.
Coach Goff was really big in the recruitment process here, so we actually met and we had a good bond from the beginning, and then I got a visit. I came up, I really liked the campus. I was really psyched about the whole new Nike deal, so I was really happy about the jerseys.
I can remember when that happened, Coach. That was one of the things all the kids were excited about. That's awesome.
That's why I was it was nice jerseys, and it was a nice little university to start off with, and I actually made it home here, so it turned out really good for me.
And you've had some experience both at corner and at safety here playing for the Dragons. Is there one position you prefer, one you like better than the other?
At this point, no, I'm loving corner. So
You just want to be on the field, probably, first and foremost.
If it was a day I need to go to safety, I'm here. But right now, I want to take this corner spot.
Right. And what's your plans after graduation? What would you like to see happen with your professional life?
Professional life, usually I'm a business major.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and try to go ahead with that. And I actually have, my grandfather, he's an owner of a business, so I'll go ahead and work with him, get me started.
Nice. That sounds like a good plan right there. And you have any special moments from your time here at Tiffin University, or is there something that sticks out to you, or is it the bonds you made with your teammates? You got a lot of really good guys on this team.
Yeah, I would definitely say the bonds that I've made over the years. Since my tenure being here, I've seen a lot of guys, a lot of new coaches, a lot of new faces. So the bond that I've built with this group is just most special overall. And then the maturing process that I went through and I've seen within my team has just really been special for me. So this whole year in general has just been special.
Who's the biggest prankster on the team?
Probably me.
Probably you. Is that true, Coach?
Probably me.
There's so many to choose from.
Pipkin's staring you down now. So they're staring you down. All right, let's talk about Findlay. We got Findlay coming up this weekend, and boy, as a senior, I'm sure that you would love just to put another W beside the win mark when it comes to playing the Oilers. Big game this weekend.
Yeah, really big game for us. Just still trying to attack it like every other week.
Sure.
Just it'll be a big win for me. Not beating Findlay before, so it'll be a great way to end my career here at Tiffin University.
Coach Edwards, you've had a lot of time to break them down on offense. A lot of offensive player of the week, their running back last week, quarterbacks up there towards the top of the stats in the conference as well, and they have a wide receiver who's up there towards the top as well. It's also a bit about them on offense.
They're a good football team, and it all does start with the quarterback, and he's got a great supporting cast. The running back's gotten better and better each week. They're playing with a young offensive line, but they're growing up quickly. It looks like they're a good football team. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
I think that tailback's working on 4 straight 100-yard games, if I remember correctly. He's got 5 for this season. That's them on offense. Coach, talk a little bit about them on defense, if you would.
Yeah, defensively, they got solid defensive line. They got a defensive end, the Fenton kid that is a great pass rusher, very athletic, long. Linebackers, solid players. They are playing a true freshman linebacker, but he's a good football player. He's a big kid that runs.
Oh, we got a freshman linebacker that's pretty good, too.
Yeah, we do. And in the secondary, they're playing a lot of people back there in the secondary. It seems like in the last couple of weeks they've found their niche back there. They got the 2 safeties that have been solid the last several weeks, and then they got a nice tall corner, just a transfer from D1 school. And, they want to put a lot of pressure on you, and they're good. Like Coach Edwards said, they're a very good football team. They really are.
Well, I can't wait for it. It's this Saturday at 1:30 at Frost County Stadium. I expect to see every person in here Saturday afternoon at the stadium, and make sure you bring a carload of people with you, every single person, because it's going to be a big game. Findlay's going to travel well. We need a bunch of Dragon supporters down there as well to back our team.
Absolutely.
Not only is there a football game going on, but there's something else going on that day, and we'd like to, here in a moment, invite the young man up. Why don't you talk about what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, it's Make-A-Wish. We're hosting a young man that's been battling bone cancer, and I just learned earlier he's in remission right now. He's been through his chemo and everything,
Excellent.
So everything's a lot positive right there. He's actually been on his trip already and had a great experience with his family, but we'll bring him up. We can bring him up right now. I think he's almost done eating, or he just started eating. But Cruz, why don't you come up for a second?
Come on up, Cruz.
Cruz and his family are going to be there with us all day Saturday. They're going to take part in the recruiting process. They're going to be a guest at the field with us there. But yeah, come over here. We're kind of putting Cruz on the spot a little bit. I didn't tell him he was going to be on the show until he just walked in earlier. But here you go, Cruz.
Cruz, thank you for joining us on the program, buddy. Happy to have you here with us. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Well, you excited about the football game this weekend?
Yeah, looks pretty cool, yeah.
Looks pretty cool. Well, you've got a pretty cool bunch of kids down here in the Tiffin University Dragon uniforms, a pretty cool coach right here as well. Talk about your experience a little bit, getting to know Coach Goff and some of the kids.
Well, it's just been tonight, really, huh?
Just tonight when you first started meeting the kids?
Yeah, he's been busy a lot, had a lot of different appointments, his family said, so that's why we invited him up to the coaches show tonight to hang out with us, and he's going to get a chance to meet some of the players and hang out with them all day Saturday morning leading up to the game. So.
And you're from Perrysburg?
Yeah.
And you already went on your trip. Did you go to Disney?
Yeah.
Tell us all about that. I've never been to Disney, so I'm a little jealous of you right now. So I've never been there. Tell us all about it. I know I read a little bit about here. You wanted to introduce your family some of your favorite characters. You like roller coasters?
Yeah.
I love roller coasters. Tell me about some of the roller coasters you rode.
Terrifying.
That's the beauty of roller coasters, right? It's supposed to scare you a little bit. But what else did you get to do down there at Disneyland with your family?
Just go to Hollywood Studios and all that, Universal Studios.
What was your favorite part of the trip, besides spending time with your family?
Yeah, probably the roller coasters.
The roller coasters? You in on that too, Coach? You into roller coasters?
Oh, I love the roller coasters.
Me too.
We've been there several times with the family. But no, who's your favorite football team, college football team right now?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
But it'll be the Dragons after Saturday.
You can have
right?
1 and 1A. That's what I have. Mine's 1 Tiffin, 1A Ohio State. So you can go 1 Ohio State, 1A Tiffin. We can work that out together.
Well, we got a little something for him right here. We expect him to have this on there Saturday. But, Cruz, we're going to give you one of our team jerseys here, and I think it's got your favorite number on it, right?
Here, I'll hold your microphone, Coach, so you can hold that up for him.
So, right, you like 15?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna give that to you, okay? And that's your jersey right there. So that's your game jersey. That's yours to keep.
That's awesome. I don't even have one of those, Cruz.
Hold up there, Cruz. I got you. All right, go Dragons.
Go Dragons. That's right, Cruz. That looks like it's going to be a perfect fit, too, Coach. Good job.
And then we got, a T-shirt for you. Then all of our guys on the team we wear this right here. It says Tiffin Football, Dragon Strong on the back. So you're geared up right now, man.
And then are you and the family going to you're going to be able to make it to the game on Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday, kid, looking forward to it. Weather should be okay and everything?
Yeah, they've got their itinerary, and we're kind of bringing him in just like a recruit. So he's going to come meet with me first thing Saturday morning, and then we're going to walk to a pregame meal, and he's going to sit with the team for pregame meal. After that, we'll walk back, and we've got some recruits on campus. We're going to spend some time with recruits and their families on campus, watch a highlight video. Then he's going to come down for the walkthrough in the indoor facility. And so he's really going to take part of just like a recruit, and then a pregame, be on the field with us.
And if you like, I'm inviting you now, if you're at the game, the press box on the home stadium, you're welcome to come up and join us during the game.
Right.
Come on up and grab the microphone. We'll have a microphone hooked up for you, and you can come on and say hello to your friends and family and give a big Go Dragons on the radio while we're broadcasting the game if you'd like to. If you can't make it, I understand, but if you'd like to, you have an open door for you, okay?
All right.
So, Coach, it's pretty cool to be able to do these type of things, isn't it? I mean, you're privileged to be a student athlete, a coach of student athletes, and it's an awesome place to be able to give back.
I'll tell you what we started doing this year. The last 3 weeks we've had what we've called Dragon Buddies, and we've invited somebody to spend the day with us at practice on Friday. And people don't get a chance to hang around the student athletes
right.
or see football up close that need maybe some encouragement and excitement in their life. And our players have really enjoyed that, and they've asked us, Coach, can we have some more kids come
that's
out?
Awesome.
And, last week we had Nehemiah there at Friday's practice, and then he was there for the game. He got the game ball.
Yep.
And, we made that young man's week.
I know. It's more than that, I'm sure.
You're right, and we've said this many times, but it is more about than just football. There's a lot more to offer than just football, and our team has done a lot of great things this year, not just on the field but off.
Well, Cruz, we talked about football, we talked about Disney. There has to be other things that you enjoy to do in your free time. What are some of your hobbies? What are the things you like to do? Video games, movies? What do you like to do?
Probably video games and hanging out with friends,
What's your favorite video game?
Call of Duty, Battlefield, all of them.
There you go. This guy here behind the camera is a new video game coach at Tiffin University. Talk to him. Tell him you're going to come be a Dragon one day. Well, Cruz, thank you so much for joining us up here on the Coach Gary Goff Show, and thank your family for making the time to come down here and visit with us. It means the world to all of us. I promise you it does. And hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you on Saturday. Make sure you enjoy your time with Coach Goff and the kids, because that's something not a lot of people get to experience.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy it and are able to soak it in as much as you can. And if I get a chance to talk to you during the game, that would make my day as well, and my week as well. So, like I said, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Have a blast on Saturday. Enjoy your family, and hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to you again on Saturday.
All
right, thank you, buddy. His name is Cruz. He's from Perry. How about a big round of applause for this young man right here, Cruz? Just awesome. Just awesome. That's the beauty of it, isn't it, Coach? That's the beauty of what we do, is be able to do things like this. It's not just, like you said, it's not always about football. It's about people.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, as we said, the game is this Saturday, 1:30 kickoff at Frost Cowanal Stadium. The Dragons welcome in the University of Findlay Oilers. We'll be right back out here at BW3's next Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. We only got a few more of these left, Coach, unless the season continues and continues. You never know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
One game at a time, Russ.
That's right.
One game at a time.
Thanks to Coach Edwards. Thanks to Stefan, Willis. Thanks to Cruz. Thanks to Coach Gary Goff. My name is Russell Snyder, the voice of the Dragons, and this has been the Gary Goff Show, coming to you live from Buffalo Wild Wings. Get down to the stadium Saturday at 1:30. We want to see each and every one of you there. Till next time, have a great night, everybody, and as always, go Dragons.